All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, hey everybody. Sorry, a couple minutes late here. This is Mike. I'm here with Jimmy, Russell, and Sue. This is gonna be awesome. Start with the Lord's Prayer. Jimmy, do you want to do the Lord's Prayer, or do you want me to do it?
You better do it.
Are you sure? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many people want Jimmy to do it? Give me number one if you want Jimmy to do it.
You know I can't do it.
Sorry, guys. I'm just teasing Jimmy. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Okay, great. This is going to be exciting. I have been on the road. From humble beginnings, let's talk about this for a second as we get started. Most of this event, you're going to be hearing from Jimmy and Russell and Sue. We're going to be re-releasing Social Explosion today. We're going to be talking about how rad OMG Live Nashville is going to be, and secrets will be exposed. We're going to be opening up the Project X blueprint today. It's going to be awesome. But really from humble beginnings. I talked to Chris Morris today for about an hour. How many people, give me the number one if you checked out Chris's, hey Jim, how you going, buddy? How many people checked out Chris Morris's, he really made such an awesome post in the NHB Facebook group. How many people saw that? He's talking about earnings reports and so forth. Stephen McTaggart did, Victoria, Jim, Pip, and who all saw that? Wes. Hey, Wes. Let's just jumped in. Really great seeing you here. Eric saw it. Eric. Let me see if I can pull it up. If I type in Morris, that's typing in membership. I'm not sure if this is going to find it very well because Chris posts a lot. Do want to try to find this if I can now. Yeah, and if somebody has a link to it, wants to shoot it over to me. But anyways, here we go. This is it right here. I really like this one. Continue reading. I'm going to read it to you a little bit. Hey guys, I want to make this post today because I think it's profound. It has the ability to change lives. Not a day goes by when I don't get a personal message here or Facebook or on Skype or somewhere else. Someone's in desperate need of help or advice. People are struggling to make their first sale, get their first website online, close their first deal, seeing results from their efforts every single day. I want to share something with you about my personal feelings and attitude on this. Hopefully it'll change yours in helping others and help others at the same time. In marketing, we also hear the acronym, what's in it for, whatever, WIIFM, what's in it for me. These describe how you can dig deep into the wants and needs of the person that you're marketing to, however the situation is being applied in a very selfish way. Knowing that humans have this built-in what's in it for me mindset, it's not hard to see that many people have a hard time letting go and embracing selflessness in order to help someone else get ahead. To tell you from my experience that there's more than enough pie to go around. And in fact, by the way, I'll just kind of break in a comment here. You actually make the pie bigger. That's how kind of plenty works. You really can't make the pie bigger. Anyways, no matter how you currently may think, having an abundance mindset allows you to free yourself from selfish ties that bind you and keep you from moving forward. When I joined NHB, I came in with abundance mindset. I've always enjoyed helping people and seeing success in others in return. I've had the blessings of those relationships bring me closer to my own goals, but never expecting anything in return. I can tell you from personal experience that the things that you seek can easily be yours with the right mindset. Today I was reminded by an individual, this is kind of the heart of things right here. I'm not going to read the whole post, but this is, I think, kind of great. Today I was reminded by an individual about how important having the right mindset truly is to your success. I spent an hour with this person, and I'm going to share some of the same advice I shared with him. Before I tell you that, let me preface this by sharing with you that this person feels like they don't have any value in sharing what they've accomplished. In fact, as I told them privately, they've achieved what, say, 90% of this group wishes they have and don't even realize it. This person came to NHB, brand new to SEO, and in under a year was able to get themselves a solid income from client consulting, just over 10 clients. This in and of itself is a huge accomplishment, yet this person honestly feels they have no value to share with this group. As I quickly shared with them privately, my goal was client getting and ranking my local website. In order to get my very first client, I would be hanging on his every word. Okay, I'm not going to read more from there. You can check out this post yourself. A lot of people really liked this thread. Give me the number one if you kind of, yeah. Ann Crenshaw says it inspired her. Eric said fabulous, encouraging. Yeah. If you have comments for me to kind of reflect back to to Chris about this. I'll be, more than happy. Hopefully he'll check this webinar out. But or maybe he's even on. We've got a lot of people on right now, so check really quickly. See a lot of great faces in the audience. And I was really reminded of that this week. We had 9 new earnings reports at least this week. And I just put out an email dispatch about it. It said 5 more earnings reports a day. And I'll kind of scroll through these really quickly. This is from Brian. Brian used to be a smoke jumper and quit his day job. 200 jumps. Very dangerous work. Smoke jumpers do some of the most dangerous work. He had one close friend and 20 coworkers die in the last year doing this. That's very, very dangerous work. Quit his job, doing NHB full time, doing OMG style SEO now full time. Crystal got her first big win. Congrats, Crystal. Deepak added another $1,500 per month this week. Matt Woosum got kicked out of UPS this week for being too slow, but he's fast enough on Google to have racked up just a $2,000 per month deal with a cosmetic dentist. Great job. Angela, a huge win. This is big for me. If you've been really following the Project X Webbies, these acceleration Webbies from the beginning, Angela, I think she was on one of the first 2 or 3 Webbies. She's really has worked so hard to find her way, and she just really wants to make internet marketing work for her. $47,000 of business closed in July. I actually put a quick Pitbull video up for her. I was really excited for her. And then just a bunch more from earlier this week. This is just a dispatch I sent out Tuesday. Wilson, looks like $5,300 in affiliate sales in 5 days. Great job, Wilson. Kevin Roberts flipped the site, $7,500. Great job. William Smith actually sent me a text message earlier last week about $19,000 he made up. Brian Magnosi's up over $50,000 for the last month, and he's been a house. What I want to say about this, from humble beginnings, really, when, for example, when me and Greg and David Mills first had the idea to build out Nashville SEO, NashvilleSEO.org. Actually, that happened. How many people were on that original event when you got to see Nashville SEO? Hey, yeah, that's great. Angela says, "Hells yeah." Angela, let me know if you want to come live and give us a hells yeah. I'd love to ring you live. I'm really celebrate with you. I'm really proud of you. But proud of everybody. Crystal, by the way, is on as well. I'd love to bring Crystal on. She noticed herself being recognized. Angela's there. All right, great. Well, I'm gonna bring her on actually now. Let me just see what happens when I do this. I'm gonna make Angela an organizer so she can see the feedback from everybody. Angela.
Hey, are you there?
Hey, Angela. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Good.
What's up?
So no more saltines. No more generic saltines for you. Now you're gonna step up to premium saltines.
Yeah, premium saltines for me from here on out.
Great. Congratulations.
Only the best, baby.
Yeah, but Angela, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, you've tried so hard, and it's awesome seeing this from you.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, pretty darn happy.
Anybody who wants to give Angela a shout out, she can actually see your comments here. I'll tell you this: every single one of these earnings reports as they came in, I shared them. I'm newly married. I shared them with my wife. She was really excited for you. I think everybody's excited for you, Angela. And you just, I know you talked to Cotton a lot.
Yeah.
Cotton brought it up. OMG is a city on a hill. It's, people really try to work together. And I'm just curious from your standpoint, being a little bit of an echo, but I'll stop talking. Can you talk to me about, people who've helped you along the way? And I'm just kind of curious about that.
Well, certainly, Cotton helped me. Derek, Owasiuk, we've traded some Facebook messages back and forth, and I'm always learning stuff from the Facebook group. I mean, I've learned a lot of different stuff from a lot of different people. Mike Hayden, I've talked with him. Gosh, who else? Erica actually helped me a lot. Erica Rich. So don't be tempted, you out there in webinar land, to think that you have to do this all on your own, because you don't. And nobody ever does it alone anyway. Everybody stands on somebody else's shoulders. So, don't forget that and help some other people on the way up too,
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm going to just sort of, oh, actually, I'm not getting an echo anymore. Angela, it's funny because you actually personally were one of the people, and it was a creative tension, I felt like. I mean, not frustration, but I really wanted the rubber to meet the road for you. And you're one of the people who I made these acceleration webinars for. And so, and really you were.
Awesome.
And it's very heartening for me. Because again, I know you just tried so hard. I know there are times when you're pulling out your hair or saying, screw this or whatever. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I said that a few times. I did.
I think you said it to me a few times.
But I mean, I also just didn't give up. I knew that this was going to work. At some point, it was going to work. So I just decided that I was going to do whatever it takes. In fact, I have some Post-its stuck to my computer monitor, and one of them says, "Whatever it takes," and the other one says $40,000 a month.
Oh,
and
wow.
The other one says townhouse in Dallas. So I live.
So you actually have one that says $40,000 a month?
Yeah, and I made $47,000 last month, and I have a townhouse in Dallas, and I'm doing whatever it takes.
That's great. That's really great. Well, I'm really inspired by that. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of thank you because, again, weirdly enough, this was, and I remember a Facebook conversation that you and I had that was months back, right when we were beginning these Webbies. I think it might have even been the first one that Cotton was on, strangely enough. But anyways, I don't remember the exact timing of it, but I do remember that conversation. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I'm not sure. You and I have had several conversations. I forgot to add you to the list of people who've helped me.
No, it's fine.
I definitely wouldn't have been able to do this without OMG. Just the community and the support and the training. And I think the hardest thing for me was to just focus on one thing and do it until it worked, right?
Yeah, I really appreciate that. That initiate mindset. We talked about it with. It's so critical. It's this initiate mindset. This mindset. It's humble, but it's aggressive. It's not like I'm an idiot beginner. That's not what I mean. But it's the mindset of initiate, and where you'll do just kind of really whatever it takes. And that's what Angela said. I had to mute her just because there was a bit of background noise. This initiate mindset makes a big, huge difference. And I'm gonna segue back in a minute to talking about I actually, weirdly enough, it's kind of starting a story. I was saying from humble beginnings, but I want to thank Angela for coming on. Could y'all, if you want to speak out, Angela can see, and Angela, you can unmute yourself if you want to. I think you can, anyways. I made you organize. I'm fairly sure that you can. And if anybody wants to give Angela a shout out, really, really wonderful. Really giving for her to come on here and to share that with us. And it's very, very exciting for me to see. Oh, Mary Summer says, "Way to go, Angie!" From Anne, from Ural, from Heidi, from Jim, from Crystal. Crystal says, "Way to go, girlfriend." Cotton's excited for you. Got to try to bring. I'm really curious to bring. Actually, I want to bring Cotton live if I can. He's had a little bit of tech difficulty recently, but maybe able to. I'm going to try to bring Crystal live, and then I want to kind of contextualize things a little bit because I had something interesting happen today. Let me find out. Crystal, let's find out what happens when we make Crystal an organizer. Usually takes a second for the audio set to come through. Crystal, are you there?
I am.
Oh, you are. All right, Crystal. So so congratulations, your first deal. And Cotton called this one. He told me that you were going to have the success, in his opinion, like a week ago, and then bammo, a week later, here you are. And
that's because he's like the little bird that knows everything.
I didn't know there was a little bird that knew everything.
His name is Cotton.
Well, great. So I've got the message that you pulled up right here. New Media Arts College, been around for about a year, and you went in there and you're doing SEO for them for $1,500 a month.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty cool deal. They're a part of a local community college, and it's a really cool college. They teach 3D animation and gaming and film.
Yeah, like Full Sail.
Yeah, I just way cool college, but just not a lot going on for them. They're just really trying to drive the traffic, and so of course it's local in the community. So I've seen the commercials and the stuff that they've tried to do, but really that's just around branding. It doesn't really drive traffic. And so I was able to sit down with them, and they're on their 3rd website in the last year. And I was just, we just had a 2-hour conversation really about the rundown of where they're at and what they're doing and why they're doing that, and some of the things that I can bring to the table. And it was really cool because the director that I was meeting with is an old school HTML guy that hasn't kept up really with internet marketing or even web development. And so there were a lot of aha moments that happened while we were having our conversation, because he just hadn't kept up with the times. And so, at the end of our meeting, he was just overly joyed at how much information I had shared already, without asking for anything in return, and then really had laid out the strategy for the next 6 months and what it was going to look like. So it was really an awesome meeting.
That's awesome. Yeah, you really painted a picture around the future. I want to try to do something. I want to try to bring Cotton live. We had a couple of misfires with this. One time I caught him on an airplane, and the other time just didn't work out. But let's see if we can catch Cotton here. Cotton, I just made you an organizer, so theoretically your audio will come live right about now. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah. All right. It's much better. It's still a little bit of a deep baritone, but that's okay. Cotton, okay. What's it like for you to hear, to see, I know you've helped a lot of the individuals that I just showed, but what's it like for you, especially like hearing Crystal's voice here on this webinar and hearing from Angela? I'm just curious.
You know what? They're like 2 incredible women. Angela's got such a great work ethic that she would have found success whether I would have talked to her or not, or whoever would have talked to her. There are times where she'd call me at 6:30 in the morning, and we've like talked to midnight. She's like one of the hardest working people that I've actually got a chance to meet in OMG. So I just kept trying to tell her, keep your head down, keep like going, and you're going to find success. And sure enough, she did. It was just I was just hoping that she found it sooner than later, and she did. And Crystal, my God, if you just talk to her, you can see that she's a superstar waiting to happen. She's one of the best salespeople that I've ever ran across. Just how she handles herself, and she's such a hard worker herself. And I think the main thing in common with them is they just needed a little bit of direction, but they had the mentality to do whatever it takes to get it done. And I was talking to Crystal from the very beginning, and she just went out and just took her own initiative and just started just selling the stuff, and boom, there's a deal just a few days later. So I'm like very, very happy for both of them.
You know, I really appreciate you coming out and saying that, Cotton. And you know, I began by saying from humble beginnings, because Cotton, when you put out, obviously you've had a meteoric rise, but when you put up your first, really just started with OMG, you started January 15th. Like day one, it wasn't like, here's $100,000, thanks Cotton for joining. I mean, just nothing like that. And, it was your first videos that you went through, and for Crystal, her first sale, and, for Angela, it wasn't, day one, open up OMG, 2 weeks later, here's $47,000, she worked at it. And even when we started Nashville SEO, you got to see Russell and Sue silo that out on the very first, how many people were there on the live event when Russell and Sue siloed out NashvilleSEO.org? Just give me a number one if you happen to just be live on that event. Jim Messenger was live on that event. Jim was the only one. It was back in 1812. That makes sense. Pip was there. A couple of our Silver Foxes. Patrick was there. Heidi was there. Heidi, you were not there. Heidi, you're new. I know you were not there. I could be wrong, Heidi, but I do not think that you were there. Ross says he was there. But if you were, Heidi, I apologize. It was quite a while ago. Fletch was there. I do know that Fletch was there. And Heidi, if you were there, I apologize. But anyways, they siloed it live, and you may have seen the replay, Heidi. And again, I may be completely wrong. But from humble beginnings, and at that time, that Nashville SEO had 0 clients, and then we got one client, like $500 to just do a video, and then our first $500 a month client, then we lost them, and our first $1,000 a month client, then we lost them. But then it started going pretty dang good. And, pretty soon it was a full-time income, and then it was more, and then it was tens of thousands. I mean, it adds up. But I'll tell you this today, I had a meeting with a guy whose net worth is right around $500 million. For national SEO to do, like a pretty major project for him. And that just wasn't day one. And again, like obviously, we're walking with a lot of skill and a lot of expertise and a lot of pedigree, but it just took an amount of time for things to roll around to that. And I says, yeah, you're right, I wasn't there. It just takes time, and it's from humble beginnings and these stepping stones that folks take, whether it's getting up your first website, such a big deal. Buying your first PBN, even placing your first PBN bid, such a big deal. Filming your first YouTube video, putting your first YouTube video up, going after your My City SEO, putting up your first affiliate offer, your first affiliate website, siloing out your first website, if that's what you're doing. Each of these stepping stones, I go back to the first, let me see if I can find this. I remember when David Mills and I were getting started with information marketing, and we really just had incredible success. This is Dave Sharfman. He bought our first original product, which is called Magic Secrets, MTG Secrets, which is an ebook on how to play Magic the Gathering. And I know who Dave Sharfman was because he happened to go to a game store near me. That's how I found out about the product. And he was like, the local whipping boy. I mean, he really just got crushed, and the guys in his shop were good and he wasn't. And he just was there to get beaten. He was the guy that people were happy to play against because they were going to beat him. And this is him winning a gigantic Magic tournament, where winning a $40,000 check. But it wasn't like he bought our guide and then the next week he won, $40,000 playing Magic. And well, what does this have to do with money getting online? I brought this up before, but it was stepping stones. I mean, David, first earnings report we called them annihilation reports back then. The first annihilation report, he won a very small tournament in his local store called Friday Night Magic. And then the next week I heard from him again. He won his second Friday Night Magic. And I heard from him again. He won his third Friday Night Magic, 3 in a row. And then by the time I was sharing that annihilation report with our list, that third one, by the time I heard from that, he had qualified for the U.S. National Championships. And even then, that year he didn't make it. He didn't win, but it was a couple years later, but he finally made it. And, in the same way, when we got into the relationship advice niche, folks can understand this. It's not like you get an ebook and the next day you find the husband or wife of your dreams and you're already married, and people understand that. So, maybe a first date or a first kiss or whatever, like those things, they're stepping stones that are natural and make sense. But give me the number one if you've ever looked at internet marketing promos or offers or whatever, and people, hey, Matt Woosen, just during this, we were just talking about Matt. How many people have ever got the feeling that they were looking at some internet marketing promo from somebody, even from us, and hopefully it didn't happen with us, but maybe it did, and you looked at it, even you looked at things with cotton and you're like, just felt like, wow, I'm not doing a very good job because I'm not Cotton yet, or I'm not doing a very good job because I'm not Fletch yet, or because I'm not Jimmy Kelly, or more importantly, I mean, I think that this tends to happen a lot more with other people's marketing, where you see, blah 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 sells $1 million on Amazon, and you're just like, man, I'm such a failure if I'm not there yet, and you can feel how many people have kind of felt the sting of that, like there's something wrong. Like there's maybe some hidden gold mine somewhere that you're just missing out on, or somewhere where you just feel like you're blowing it and it's frustrating. Even if you don't feel like that right now, if you felt that in the past, give me the number one, because I think that what's missing in that case for so many people, like I said, with Dave Sharfman, you saw win the big Magic tournament, or like somebody who winds up married to the husband or wife of their dreams or whatever. It just doesn't make sense that day one, you get some coaching or some information, and then day two, you're making $80,000 a month. It's just kind of ridiculous. I'm not saying that nobody's ever done that, but come on, it just doesn't make sense. And that's why I really appreciate Chris Morris putting the word out, about these important stepping stones, these important because look, I mean, is Crystal going to be done at 50? Crystal, are you still there? Are you done? Is that it? Are you at 1,500? Is that the max of where you're going to get to?
No, I have 2 more deals next week to close that are around $6,000. So.
Well, I didn't know you were going to say that. I didn't know you were going to say that, but I was being metaphorical when I said that. You're supposed to be like.
I'm so sorry. Of course not. Of course I'm not. I mean, no.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll tell you this. Jimmy Kelly, when he first got into local client consulting, he didn't, he made sometimes as much as $50,000 in a month doing it. But the first month, no, the first client, Jimmy, that you have is unpaid, right? Wasn't that just an internship where you're just helping somebody out? This is a bad idea.
Yeah, I was just helping out I was just helping out a friend. So, until I got confident enough on some of my stuff, I just was doing it for free in the beginning.
Yeah, and then your first paycheck wasn't 10 grand. It wasn't like $500 or something, or maybe even 15 or something in that range, like very moderate, right? Very modest.
Yeah, it was like in the 500s typically for the first few local clients that I signed up. So.
Okay, so from humble beginnings, give me the number one if what I'm saying here makes real horse sense to you. Actually, let's post up first of all. Let's jump in on the. If you feel like it, of course, do whatever you want to do. Your life is your personal property. But if you want to be one of the cool kids, jump in on the Facebook thread with Heidi. Heidi's got everything covered here, and I want to give a shout out to Angela. And Angela, I actually dedicated that song to you in the email dispatch I sent out. So definitely have a drink on me or however it's supposed to be. I guess then I have to buy it for you. But all right, so you buy the drink, whatever it is. Let me see if I can. Is Angela still here? I hope she's still here. Yeah, she's still here. Let me unmute her. So Angela, can you pledge to have a drink on me tonight?
Yeah. Hey, I'm still here. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll have a glass of red.
All right, that sounds good. All right, I'm going to mute Angela again. She's got feedback. That happens whenever somebody doesn't have headphones. Not their fault. So yeah, please give a shout out and I just these stepping stones really matter. I just want to kind of point out that these stepping stones matter. I remember, I knew Russell and Sue. Well, Russell at least going all the way back to 2007. His business was not what it is today. Is absolutely not what it is today. And he and Sue had to build, in order to have 7 figures worth of software, they had to build a 7-figure business to do it. When Jimmy jumped in, his websites were struggling. They just were not getting many visitors. They weren't making much money. Now the same websites, and new websites have just, gone crazy. So I kind of want to, if you've got a bit of a new perspective on things, just one kind of light bulb moment. This is most of what I'm going to say tonight, happened just in this little time period here. I'm mostly going to turn things over to Jimmy and Russell and Sue here. But if you've had at least one aha moment here, give me a hashtag aha, and tell me what it is. I mean, was it, stepping stones? Or, was it humble beginnings? Just what, if something hit for you. Heidi's giving Angela wine advice. Thanks, Heidi. Always on topic. Okay, that's good. Dark Horse Cabernet. I say that, I laugh now, but I bet I will go and get one myself. Heidi is a giggler. Heidi, and thank you to Cotton Grammar, Derek. I've heard Derek's name a couple times recently. Mike Hayden, me, Erica Rich. Hey, Erica. And innumerable others. Angela, you're so smart. Is innumerable? Is that the right word? Is there really no number? I don't know. I don't want to tease it. Others who helped me along the way. No one does this alone. Remember that. Pay it forward. That's great. Stepping Stones, Pete says. Yeah. I'd love you all to just shout out. Let me know what's on your mind. About 35 minutes in this webinar here. My favorite start from the beginning. Jimmy.
What's up, Mike? Yeah, I'm here.
Jimmy and I were up late last night. We were planning. We were planning evil. We were planning good, whatever it was. We were doing a lot of planning last night. And how many people watched this little video clip? If I pull up this email. So if you scroll down this email that I sent y'all, then there's Jimmy. Where's the video? Oh, here's the video. So I went to the ASM event, and because Onik, who's also in our group, was having like a little side event because he was an affiliate for ASM, and he wanted me to speak about Amazon plus Google. And so I jumped on the phone with Jimmy right before this event, and just like minutes before this event. And Jimmy and I came up with a game plan. I normally like to be quite prepared, but it was just it was a bit of a rush that weekend. I had my own personal reasons for that. But Jimmy, you're so mischievous. So, no, it's okay. So Jimmy and I, Jimmy, you and I jumped on the phone, and we came up with a game plan. And mostly what I just did was I just shared what was in just the last 5 pages of your OMG blueprint, which I'll pull up right now. If you don't have access right now to the Google Drive document with your OMG blueprint, you can hit me up on Facebook, or you can email me. This is what it looks like. I actually had to create a new one. This is the beta of it. The other one is overloaded. There's like too many Project Xers in it. But this is the Project X blueprint, and I'm going to just scroll down. All I did was I talked about the last 5 pages of this blueprint that Jimmy had put together. Jimmy cleverly organized it in such a way where he put his stuff on the last 5 pages. It's right here. DA Jacking on a Budget by Jimmy Kelly. If you don't have access to this, you can email me at omg@omgmachines.com and ask me for it, or you can hit me up on Facebook for it. Not like on the wall or whatever, but just email me privately, and I'll get it to you. But how many people have seen the reaction that the audience had? Give me the number 1 if you've seen. Oh, let me see. I can find it. I'll post it in the Facebook group. You go to YouTube. And I'm going to pull this up.
Tammy was live.
Tammy was. That's right. Tammy was there live. Tammy, put the word out. What do you think? This is weird. Doesn't make sense. Sorry. Just 1 second. My channel. Where's my videos? Oh, here's my videos. Tammy was there live. She is not fooling around. She actually talked about cotton, by the way. It's kind of funny. It's cool. Let's see. Video, music, showcase. Give me 1 second here. And then let's go to videos. And I'm going to pull this up. I'll just slam this link up into the Facebook group so y'all can see it. Let's see. Let's go to NHB tuning. Okay. I'll put it up right here. So how many people have seen this video? So I don't know if it's going to come up kind of properly. Yeah, there it is. How many people have seen that video? Give me the number 1. Hey, Tammy. Yep, you did meet me in person. Yep, Tammy said she was live. Said awesome event. So a few people have seen it. Not too many people. Well, I got to tell you, there was about 200 people in the room, and they went bonkers. Okay, they went completely bonkers. They were so excited by what I shared, and it was just about this little 5-page blueprint. So what I wanted to do, I got a total standing ovation, and people really freaked out. They really loved it. And so, Jimmy, how do you feel about for today's stuff, going, kind of walking people through this blueprint and why it works, and then what I want to do is want to get into social explosion with Russell and Sue. I know everyone's really excited about that, and we'll also talk about OMG Live Nashville. And if we have time at the end, Jimmy, I want to talk about. So everyone's got to hang on to the very end. We're going to talk about one of the things that there's kind of a big silver bullet that Jimmy and I have been holding back. We haven't told you that Jimmy's going to be sharing an OMG Live Nashville, but it's big. It's big, and it's we haven't come up with a great name for it yet. We haven't come up with a great, clever marketing name for it. We call it the Death Knight Method, but it's pretty wacky, and that's going to be at OMG Live as well. So we've got a lot of exciting stuff to come at this webinar. I want to quickly thank Cotton Grammar. I want to thank Angela, and I want to thank Crystal for coming live. Really, really cool. Jimmy, do you want to? Do you have the blueprint pulled up on your screen? Do you want to take over and talk about this DA jacking on a budget, and then maybe transition with Russell and Sue and start talking about social explosion. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, let me pull it up here. I
All
don't
right.
have it handy. Just give me one.
Or do you guys not want Jimmy to do that? Give me the number one if you want Jimmy just to get off the webinar and go somewhere else and not do this. You guys are such suckers. A bunch of people are like, yeah, get out of here. Scott Schaff. No. How many people want Jimmy? Wow, this is kind of mean. No, Jamie says, stay, Jimmy. Scott Schaff. I haven't talked to Scott in a while. Just kidding, buddy boy.
It's too bad we just can't have everybody jump in the Webby and talk, you know.
We've done that before. It's pretty crazy. That's how you get a 3.5-hour webinar.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that one a few back was like that, huh?
Yeah. Webby of the century. It's awesome.
It's a really big file here. I'm just trying to find the page.
Yeah, it's the last 5 pages, Jimmy. Just scroll. It's where you put it at the very, very end. Very clever of you.
Wasn't sure if there was anything else added to it yet.
You thought somebody else similarly lazy to you came in and stuck something else at the even further bottom?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Is everybody having fun tonight, by the way? Give me the number one if you're having fun. You can say number two if this is too slow paced for you. I apologize. Oh, everyone's having fun. Yeah, it's Friday. Come on. Have a good time. All right. Now, be honest with me. How many people are drinking to this all night? All right. So all you people are stop giving me the number one. How many people? And I know Scott Schaff. You don't even have to say so, Scott. I already know. See, Scott says Baby Grayson loves this. That's great. Scott's like, yes, I'm drinking Scotch. So Vivian is having a drink. Ross is having a drink. Anybody else? Robert? I knew you would, Robert. Robert's got that big grin on his face. Water Ann says. Wes says, pour some more wine. Erica, hey, Erica, good to see you. Vodka cranberry, Erica, goodness sakes. Root beer Scott Walker says. Bob says, bottoms up. Scott Schaff, I was right. He says Scotchity, Scotch. I knew it. Monica says, yes, wine. Ural says, cool stuff. I am doing, so I'm learning. By the way, we are not normally a bunch of drunkards on OMG Webbies, but I do understand that it is a Friday night. So Ross
that would
is
be
currently...
more fun. I think we should do that on one of the Webbies.
Yeah, Ross Lincoln, yeah. Well, every time I say City on a Hill, you guys can down a drink, and I'll get everybody plastered by 30 minutes in. Ross Lincoln says, currently in New York drinking Napa Valley Chardonnay. Graham says, Saturday noon here. Mike, drinking coffee. Graham, you're so put together. Jay Donaldson, 1800 tequila, Jay. All right. Anything that Jay says, it comes, it's got to be pre-screened. Let's see. This isn't an AA group, Wes says. Party on, Jim says. Coconut, Jay says. Let's see, Wes is O. And Scott Schaff says, there'll be plenty of drinking and networking in Nashville. There will be, Scott. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for OMG Live Nashville. I went to all these events like last couple of weeks, and it really got me fired up. I'll tell you, OMG is a city on a hill, and we've got such a special thing going on. There's some cool things at every event, some cool things that I'll see, but there ain't nothing like OMG Live. There's nothing like it. It's I'll just say this right now, it's better. Dwayne, 90 proof vodka moonshine. Okay, Dwayne. Good to know.
No, it's just moonshine.
Oh, moonshine. All right, are you ready? To go, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna have a bunch of drunken people singing Jimmy. All right, I'm gonna make Jimmy the presenter, and he's gonna go over DAJAC on a budget. This blueprint that he has here, why it works, why it's so powerful. I want to kind of point something out to begin with on this as I hand things over to Jimmy. Jimmy, you can just make yourself the presenter. Just take it over as you're ready. One of the things to keep in mind is this isn't just for moderate competition products, let's say on Amazon, or, just remember you can go after long tails with this stuff too. So you don't have to go after, what's the big one? Cambodia, is that the big one, Jimmy, right now?
Go after, say, the Cambodia
or whatever, Cambodia, whatever. You don't have to go after like the biggest keyword in the world. You can go after something. Jimmy, by the way, is in the more regular blueprint. That's why you see many more people logged in. I just started a new one, so there's anyways, started a new one. You can go after more long tail stuff with this. This is not like if you wanted to go after the big stuff, that's where you pull out the big guns and do the full-on GSA method. Is that more correct, Jimmy?
Yeah, so basically, I know a lot of people have just been, some things changed with the Panda 4.0 update. And so, on some of the things that with GSA, like sometimes it's better, of course the bigger list and the better list you have is going to give you a lot better results. And, I know that part for a lot of people has been a real struggle. And so that's kind of why we want to develop this method so people starting up don't have to put all that upfront cost going on, right out the gate. And, on a lot of stuff, when I do a lot of testing and stuff, I'll try to do, DA is domain authority for that question. So I lost my train of thought there, but basically we just want a method so people could, try and rank for some smaller keywords, start making some sales, and then move in and be able to afford some of these other programs and tools that they might need or use to have success with. So that's essentially why we want to develop this method. And as you go in and kind of talk about, when you're starting out, typically you don't have tons of money. I mean, client consulting really is the best way to start getting up and running because a lot of the costs that you'd have, you can apply it to it up front when you're working with the contracts. So basically, this type of method will work for your low and medium competition queries. It's not anything real, you're not going to be going after a major keyword or something like that, but this can definitely open the door to have you help doing success. And you can always go in and start doing PBNs and Greg's method of teaching that he does in Project X. So for those bigger keywords. Probably the biggest questions I always get is the right URL. Like most people keep, and I still get these questions all the time through the Facebook, and they're just not seeing the right URL that they need to target. So that's a big important step that you kind of need to pay attention to. So typically when you go to, I covered some of this in the last Webby too, so I'll be real quick with this. So typically, sometimes when you go to an Amazon page, this example here was a Yellow Pages. If you're using it for citations, you'll get this weird string that comes up here where you can see the question mark and then everything after it. That's not something that Google indexes. So you need to get your clean URL version of what Google's actually indexing and not the cookie-based or whatever the string is containing afterwards, the user session ID or whatever it might be. Just depends on the platform they're doing. So the same thing goes with Amazon. You're going to run into the same kind of issue there. So you always want to make sure that you get the clean URL. So I always go in and I'll copy and paste it into Google, and then you actually do a search for that URL string so you can make sure that you end up with the correct listing. So when I delete out the question mark or the garbage stuff in the URL that I think is not the right target, then I'll just go in and make sure and double check. Throw it into the Google search, click on that first thing that comes up and make sure that it matches what you gutted from the link. And the same thing goes with your Amazon listing. It's going to be the same kind of cleanup method. At OMG Live, we're going to go into some other really good methods for ranking Amazon that I've discovered that work really, really well. And that's something that you might want to attend if you're interested in that for OMG Live. But that's one of the biggest parts. The other thing is, trying to do this with Fiverr. Hopefully most of you are familiar with Fiverr. On some of these links that I've put in and shared with you guys, one of them was only dropped it down to only taking one URL, so I tried to provide a second one that was good. And also, I think one of them also just turned off their service. I think probably just because they got hammered too hard. But that's why I kind of wanted to go through and kind of give screenshots on how you can find other kinds of services that do the same thing. So, you know, and you don't have to be worried about your keyword density and things like that when you're going to an Amazon page. It's 100 domain authority, so it can handle a lot of abuse. You know, there's elements that happen on an Amazon page that don't really work so well. So I don't know if you guys knew, you know, just go do a search real quick so I can kind of show you. So if you come into here and you look at this, so the title and things that Google's indexing is this right here, this first part. So that's the little blue section that you'll see in Google. But the problem is, you know, there's kind of you kind of have to pick and choose, because, you know, what you do in Amazon is usually try to get more and more keywords put into this, but that's the opposite of what you want to do on Google. So you kind of have to craft and carefully think of what you're going to do, because if you change this title too much, this URL up here is dynamic. So this middle portion here can actually change if you change this this title too much. So you have to be careful of that. You know, if you changed it too much and this part changes up here, then all the links that you were building to this is going to change, and it's not going to be the same target. So then you might be wondering, you know, a few of the questions I've had is, you know, I've built links, it's not doing anything. You just want to be aware of that as you're building links, that you don't want changes too much. It also, same thing with the Panda 4.0 update, you want to make sure that you're not over-optimizing this page. You know, it's good to put your keywords down here in this section where you have the dots. That's typically will help you with your description and stuff that's pulling through Google. And then the other important factor is, of course, this. So you just don't want to say, so if you're going after like popsicle molds, the key is not to put popsicle molds and like best popsicle molds and the very best popsicle molds. You know, where you start repeating this keyword over and over again, Google does not like that with the latest Panda update, and you will have a hard time ranking your site. So something to pay attention to if you're going through that. But basically, it's the same kind of process that we've taught in other things, and, you know, just want to put this together for people to give them some help. Just not having to spend so much money. Will this work with eBay as well? Yes. Basically, any kind of high DA property this will work for. So you just want to make sure that that you're not basically just check the domain authority, and if you don't know what the domain authority is, it's the metric that Moz uses to let me see if I can pull this over. It's basically the metric that Moz uses for trying to gauge the power of a site. So domain authority applies to the whole site, the entire site as a whole. Page authority refers to the individual page URL. So I don't recommend trying to hit Google Places, not Places page, but any kind of Google properties. You don't want to be too aggressive with. I've seen a few that have tanked from being too aggressive. You can still do it in moderation, but just don't go crazy with your Google properties.
Great. All right. So does everybody basically understand the idea here? We're able to use this kind of cheap and dirty method, cheap and clean method, cheap and whatever you want to call it method, $5 to $10 method to rank Web 2.0 pages like Facebook, Amazon, eBay, YouTube videos, and that's in the last 5 pages of your Project X blueprint. Okay? I mean, number 1, if that makes sense. And also, if you need, great. If you need access to that, first of all, check your Google Drive, because a lot of people already have access to this. It's one of the great things about how I set up this document. It's quite brilliant of me, if I do say so myself, to set up in Google Drive, not just so it's protected and can't be easily copied back out, but also because that way we can make changes on it dynamically, you know, because things in SEO do change and we can add to it and so forth. also got, I want to bring Jim Utzinger live just for a second, because Jim just filmed a series of videos to complement, and we're going to have to figure out how to implement this. As usually with videos, we usually implement them somewhere in your members area. But I want to bring Jim live, because Jim has been working at the same time while Jimmy and Brad Mabry have been working on Amazon plus Google. Jim Utzinger has been jumping in. He's been working on an Amazon Kindle module, and that's in your blueprint. And Jim just finished up adding 8 videos, kind of I believe it's an over-the-shoulder series. I was in St. Martin when he finished it up, so I haven't even gotten a chance. Today's my first day back, but I haven't gotten a chance to watch them yet. But I'm really excited about it. Jim, are you there?
Hey, Mike, how you doing tonight?
Man, thank you so much for putting together those videos. Again, OMG's is sitting on a hill. He's such an awesome guy for doing that. What's your idea behind this 8-video series you put together? What can people expect? We're going to be rolling that out very soon.
Well, we've got the full printed material in the Project X blueprint, which everybody has access to now. And what I did was I took 7 video segments and really went through in detail of how to do research on what sort of material you want for your Kindle book. And I did a whole bunch of brainstorming content. There's a ton of material there. Then we go through and talk about how to actually build out your Kindle book utilizing Microsoft Word and an open source product called Calibre. And then we go into the how to upload your book to the Kindle direct publishing account. Then we go through a ton of SEO strategies and a lot of things you may not think about on how to promote your book. And then I did an extra bonus video where I walked through step-by-step within Amazon and showed you different techniques of how to get a clean URL, some of the new things that are happening with Amazon and Kindle. There's some exciting things that are going to be happening down the road that the Kindle product is not really talking about. But there's about close to 2 hours worth of video, step-by-step, with me going through every component of the content, how big the market is, brainstorming the market, the 6 key components of what your book really needs to be, and then the part 1 and 2 about how to build out your Kindle book, and then how to develop your KDP account and marketing strategies. And
that's awesome.
I think the success of what's happening with Amazon, I think you have to realize what Amazon's ultimate goal is to do is not only develop physical products by becoming one of the world's largest e-commerce providers, but they're going to be one of the major deliverables of digital content. And they've put together their subscription programs where you can get unlimited Kindle books, unlimited videos, audios, and they're going to take on the big boys in the marketplace. So just leveraging the technology and the authority of Amazon can take anybody wherever they want to go. I mean, with what Brad's been doing with his excellent program, and then you back it up with everything that Jim and Russell and Sue have been talking about, combined with all the strategies of what Greg Morris has put together, and just, I mean, the sky's the limit. And Google, Amazon, and the Kindle is just one small component. And if you like e-commerce and affiliate marketing, it's a great way to break into the market and really get your feet wet and see what the process is. And the Kindle platform is fantastic. So there should be enough information for everybody there. If they've got questions, they can always go into the Facebook community and ask questions. But as soon as those videos come on live, then everybody will get a pretty good idea of really what's able to be happening in Kindle. And hopefully over the next year we can add more material, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot more happening with Kindle. And I think we're just kind of at the forefront of the e-reader marketplace, and it's just going to explode.
Yeah, there's so much, there's so much free traffic out there leveraging these marketplaces. For example, right now, you actually referenced this here because you worked a little bit with Mike Swanson on this module as well. Mike Swanson's currently #1 in the Kindle marketplace for the term stock trading, and that's no small opportunity. Mike's actually using that. This module starts on page 140, by the way, in your blueprint. I'm scrolling down here a little bit. I know this might be a little disorienting as I'm scrolling through your Project X blueprint. And again, you can get this by emailing me at omg@omgmachines.com or hitting me up on Facebook if you don't already have access to this new Google Drive. But anyways, Jim, you point to Mike Swanson's book, Strategic Stock Trading, which is #1 in the Kindle marketplace for the term stock trading. That's something that has made Mike tens of thousands of dollars on the front end, but actually hundreds of thousands of dollars on the back end. And what we mean by that is people who have bought this book have gone on to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars with Mike Swanson. So it's a real opportunity. Our last webinar, we talked about list building, and this is one of the very best ways to build a list. We also had an opportunity for you to find out more about becoming a bestseller this week, and we talked about that a little bit more if you were paying attention and really awake and aware in the Facebook group. So anyways, I just want to thank Jim, because what Jim has done is put together this terrific module in your blueprint on how to create a Kindle ebook from whole cloth, how to create it, how to publish it, and then how to get lots and lots of free traffic to it. So I'm going to head over to the NHB Facebook group, and I'm going to give Jim a hashtag. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, you want a really quick tip?
I do.
Amazon has got something brand new. What they're doing, they're called their short reads. Mm-hmm. And I did mention that in the bonus video. And now Kindle and Amazon is stating books that can be read in 15, 30, 45, 60 minutes or 90-minute segments, and they are targeting those short read books. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to go after a market that is a very short topical area, you can really command a lot of books in that particular area, and this is where Kindle is really going to go to let people know, because people's time is expensive, so they want to get people in and out real quick, and that's going to be a real gold mine for people in the Kindle market.
I agree with that. That's a great point, because, for example, Mike Swanson's book, it's made him a ton of money, but I'll tell you this, it's not a very long book. It's right around 100 pages total, and it doesn't even necessarily need to be that long. So a very short book can be very, very powerful. Okay.
And also, you can lead into what Dave Eisner was talking about with the lead generation, mm-hmm. and we also get into that. So, I mean, the sky's the limit. Everything that you've talked over the last about 6 to 8 weeks, you can apply right into the Kindle product.
I agree with that. That's terrific. Well, Jim, just thank you very much. I know that everybody's going to be stoked. We'll be adding that into your Project X members area, and of course, you've already got access to most of that training right inside of your Google Drive document, your Project X blueprint document. And as I say again, OMG is sitting on a hill. Really, really appreciate you just adding this. Enormously generous of you, Jim. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yep.
Okay, if you want to thank Jim, maybe jump in on the Facebook group and give him a shout out. Again, he's not getting paid to do that, just doing it out of the kindness of his heart, and it is a real kindness to give today. Of course, we're seeing, as always, we just get tremendous contributions. It's really fires me up. What I want to do now, we're right around the 1 hour mark, and I want to bring Jimmy back, and I want to bring Russell and Sue live. And let's talk for a second about OMG Live Nashville. And they're going to be talking about OMG Live Nashville, and they're also going to be talking about Social Explosion, which has been completely off the market for months at this point. I know a lot of people are chomping at the bit to get in or to get back in. If they, really, really exciting that they'll be able to make that available to you. This is from OMG Live Nashville. This is Greg Morrison getting a standing ovation. Actually, Greg got a standing ovation last year. So Greg got a standing ovation before and after he spoke. As you guys know, Greg's a real humble guy, so it's not always the easiest thing in the world for him to get that kind of recognition, but it's a wonderful thing. And Russell and Sue also got a standing ovation, and so did Jimmy. And it's just a wonderful event. We had Becker there. Becker's going to be back this year again. We had Tim Schmidt there. Actually, Tim was just featured, I think, in Inc. magazine, and thanked OMGers as well. I pointed out here, by the way, that they both got fast cars this year, and they're both at OMG Live. So, is that maybe it's a coincidence? Maybe it's not. It's a little hard to know. But anyways, this is a great time to get your golden ticket for OMG Live Nashville. It will be November 15th through 17th. It is non-recorded. It is non-disclosure. It is wall-to-wall training. Cotton Grammar is going to be there. It'll be the first time anybody ever gets to see Cotton speak out live. That's going to be awesome. Jimmy's going to be spilling the beans on secrets. Russell and Sue are going to be spilling the beans on secrets. So what I want to do is ultimately have a warm OMG welcome for Russell and Sue, and welcome Jimmy back, and ask them to. What we'll probably do. I know I started talking about OMG Live Nashville. Definitely want you to jump in and get your tickets. And but what I actually want to do is have you guys start by reintroducing Social Explosion, telling us what's new, how it all works, how right now how members of Project X and Project Juggernaut can get access to it. I highly recommend it. And yeah, are you guys there, Russell and Sue?
Hello.
Hey there, Russell. How you going?
Hi. How's everyone?
Going good.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Sue.
Hi, guys.
Russell, humble beginnings, man. You and I met all the way back in 2007. You had not built $1 million business at that point, had you?
No. I was a lone SEO wannabe. I was pounding the pavement at a company called Adlet in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, selling ad space for water parks.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, for sure.
Things have come a long, long way since then. I want to. I'm so excited. We're going to be doing OMG Live Nashville for the second time this year. It'll be November 15th through 17th, so we'll get a chance to talk about that. But I wanted first. I know everyone's going to be excited who didn't get a chance to get in on Social Explosion the first time around, and then, we've been off sale for that for a while. This is something very exciting for OMGers, part of our Death Star Reloaded formula. Very, very powerful. Are you going to make that? Is it true that that's going to become available tonight, where people will finally be able to get back access to that?
Sue, I'm going to let you speak to all the development stuff. So I don't know where you're at with it.
Yes, we have opened the doors again, and everybody who's been waiting can jump in.
All right. So first of all, how do they do that? Let me. Well, actually, I think normally we don't have links on the webinars like this, but this is a Project X exclusive webinar anyways. So what I'll do is I'll pull up a little notepad Rooney document here. Oops. Ooh, that's a good little start there. I think that Russell sent me a link, so let me grab this, copy, and I'm gonna paste it.
It's kind of a backwaters page for now. It's just so we know it's the OMG group, because we want to track everything that's going on.
So it's quite a link here. Everythingisconnected.com/WP Social Explosion, and I'm going to paste that into the question group or the question box and send that to everybody. And Sue, do you feel like taking it away and explaining Social Explosion, how it works, and then maybe we can circle around and you and Jimmy and Russell can talk about OMG Live Nashville and a little bit about what's going to be going on. Is that you guys ready to take over? Sure. As you do? Okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very excited to introduce you to our OMG weaponsmiths, Russell Wright and Sue Bell. They are awesome. I mean, I think that most certainly almost everyone's heard of them at this point. If you haven't, then you're in for an incredible treat. They are going to be revealing this software that OMGers have access to. It has been off sale for a while they've been tinkering and improving it and taking it to the next level. And then they're going to talk a little bit about OMG Live Nashville. So I'm going to make Sue the presenter. We got an official woohoo from Sue. I have promised Sue coffee, by the way, something I took very seriously. So I'm going to make Sue the presenter, and she will take it away from here. She and Russell and Jimmy, when the time is right.
Did you put that link into everybody?
Yeah, I think
Mike?
So. It was on the screen, Sue. I don't think he dropped it into the...
Oh, did I not? I'll do it again. Send to audience.
There we go. All right, let me start with that. Good. So, social explosion. For you guys who haven't had an introduction to it before, what it does is creates social inbound links to each one of your blog posts automatically. So, trying to think. Russ, while I'm talking, would you pull up the blog post or the blog where you've got it installed, and we'll show them the back end here in a second?
Like one of the test blogs? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. We have a test blog set which also has the new semantic pinvid theme. Is it okay if I reveal that anyways? It's coming in, but nobody's supposed to see that.
Okay. We won't show that then.
Okay.
So Social Explosion is new and expanded since we closed the doors. When we closed the doors, we only had 2 social media platforms that you could send your blog posts to. It was Twitter and Pinterest. And now we have got 2 more. It's Diggo and Delicious, right, Russ?
Diggo, Delicious, Pinterest, and Twitter, with a massive number of growing people who are on the Network Empire Social Explosion Signal Exchange, which is where your posts get syndicated out through the system that we've got upwards of $40,000 in development. Actually, way more than that. It's been a very powerful and we were building this for ourselves, you guys, just so you know the backstory.
Yes.
Which is for the PBBN system, or the Personal Brand Broadcasting System that we teach. If you're not familiar with that, we'll allude to it a little bit in some of the courses that we have, but that is really, it started out being for us, and then we had a conversation with a few people that are in the inner circle and the OMG circle. People seemed interested, for whatever reason, to automatically get social signals to their blog posts as they go out. So decided to offer it to a inner circle of trust, which the OMG Project X group is included in. Actually didn't expect it to be this huge of a development project, but it's so incredibly powerful. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a quick backstory.
Yeah, so we have been using this in-house for several years at this point, and have expanded it as we opened it up. That was one of the reasons why we had to close it down for a little bit, was so that we could expand it even further, because it was much more popular than
we expected.
We knew it was going to be popular, but we didn't know it was going to be that popular. So somebody asked, how much does it cost? And it's a 2-part payment system. You purchase the plugin, and then you subscribe to however many posts you want. So this is an idea of your options. So there's low, there's high. So for Twitter, for Pinterest, for each one of the social platforms, you can specify whether or not you want to turn it on. So if you don't have any pictures that you want to send out, if your blog's not a very image-rich blog, then you might not want to do Pinterest. But so you can specify in Twitter, you can specify in Pinterest whether you want low or high. And low only runs for 3 days, and high runs for 14 days. And then the other half of low and high is whether it goes once a day or whether it goes 4 times a day. So with these options, you can control how many social signals you get in each platform. So Russ, how about if I pass the screen to you,
okay,
and you give him a peek on what's on the back side.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out which monitor to put it on.
Okay.
Put it on the 72.
Always showing off with your free 72-inch monitors.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. Got to track all the networks, man. Okay, hang on. Let's see here. Hopefully this will work for everyone. This is the Social Explosion help file, which I'll drop that you guys will have access to when you get in. You can see it's a growing application. It's a real beast. So we put a lot of time and effort with our fanatical support. Kevin is supporting me on this right now. The only reason I bring this up is because I just want you to know that all the information is there. The way that this version operates, we also have our minimum requirement hosting things, and I want you guys to be real aware of minimum requirement hosting. This is one of our test sites only called earthgasm.com. Weird name, I know, but weird name for just when we're debugging and testing things with the team, we like to publish weird videos. I like to mess with the developer when he has me put test posts through, so I like to upload really weird stuff for him. So we just have a one-upsmanship on how weird can you get. So basically, this is the, I'm going to let Sue, oh, by the way, if you don't purchase a subscription, a recurring subscription, because you can't afford that or you haven't made enough money with OMG, Project X, or anything just yet to be able to afford recurring subscriptions, you can still just, the plugin is all set up. You can manually post to your own single account, a Twitter account, a Pinterest, a Digo, Delicious, and so you could just log in, and under this, the additional account is right here, and you can just put in your own Twitter account and so on and so forth. Got to change my Twitter password. Nobody log in there. It's a test account anyways. So that's really how that works, okay? And so the reporting, the current version, we're moving towards a agency level version of this, but the current version will tie your subscription to your plugin license, okay? And so when you sign up for the plugin, if you decide you want a subscription and to use it beyond just posting to Twitter, Pinterest, Digo, Delicious, you'll put your license in, and it'll tell you at that point where you can purchase a subscription. You can see that I only have 3 available credits. So Ramona, whose account this is going to want to purchase more. You can either add more packages or subscriptions onto it, depending upon how many you want. Every time you post a blog post, it will publish to the network based on the package that you've had, and it'll post it based on what Twitter settings you're on. So this, number 1, is the Twitter frequency and duration. The additional account, number 2 here, is my personal account, okay, or a personal test account. The primary purpose is for the subscription. When every time you publish a post, this is going to go out to Twitter accounts on the profiles on the Social Explosion Network Exchange, the Exchange network. Okay, so that's really how that goes. If you have a high package, we built this. One of the main reasons I was excited about this, you guys, is for our automatic video syndication courses. This is something we talked about at OMG Live last year, and we're really moving forward with that a lot this year. And so when I auto-post the videos using our Video Kraken plugin, you can probably see this right down here. That's another plugin we'll be talking more about, and those of you who've been around for a while understand how that works. You know, every time it posts a video, it'll post the video to the Social Signal Exchange network if you have that enabled. Okay, this is on pretty high right now, which is why she doesn't have any tokens left, because we are blasting the crap out of every post that goes to a video. Also find out that the videos get clicks on the traffic networks, on Pinterest and Twitter and Digo. For whatever reason, if something's a video, you guys know how that works. People just click it. Okay, so you also do get some reporting, and the reporting shows up inside your reporting area. This is where we were testing reporting. It shows that 0 were scheduled because her tokens were not there, but you can see how, let me just go back, this is our test blog. I wasn't really set up for a decent test here, but you can see where things get posted. It'll take the movie, let me find one here, during our tests early today. I thought Sue was going to be presenting. Okay, so what you're going to see is you'll see your schedule where things are published. You can see where there were 3, it was published 3 hours ago to Digo and to Delicious and so on and so forth. And a lot of these schedules will be full on. You'll see a lot of targeted inbound links from high domain authority networks coming in. And one thing I would also make sure that you guys understand is that this is hands-free. Okay, this is why this has been so in demand. Here's how our help desk tickets go. Hi, I purchased WP Social Explosion. Do I have to set up all my own social signal accounts and blah 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 blah? And how do I do that? And we're like, no, turn it on, put the plug in and turn it on and publish posts. Then the next help desk ticket is like, hi, you mean all I have to do is install WP Social Explosion and I get backlinks to my post when I publish? Are you sure? And then we have to answer yes. All you have to do is, and I had one help desk ticket. It went on 4 things. And it's kind of funny because when you actually build the thing that everybody wants, nobody believes it when they see it. And we've been trying to communicate to everyone how that works. I think probably some of the confusion might happen because we do give you that additional count on there where you could add your own account, which is really quite secondary to everything. It's up here that you want to. I do recommend if you're using our Video Kraken plugin, and many of you are, that you're going to want to turn this to probably like low or medium, depending upon the package that you purchased.
Yeah.
I can with Video Kraken, we have well over like 100 and something sites on just one network alone. If you turn that on, you're going to burn through credits really, really quickly. So you're going to want to make sure that you either talk to us or you look at the help file where we show you how to throttle and measure what you would really need in terms of a package. Okay, so we do get into this down here. This current version is really well regulated to help you once you understand think of it in terms of broadcasting. You know, we talk about PBBNs, which is personal brand broadcasting, it's corporate brand broadcast. We believe the web is turning into a broadcasting network. The dawn of HTML5 and the one-to-many mechanisms that you can do through I can upload a Vine and have it syndicated to 9,000 websites in like 2 seconds. That's really what the kind of stuff that Sue and Kelly and Scott build, and the kind of things that I've been helping them innovate. So since we're heading into a broadcasting environment, we really want you to be able to have the high domain authority backlinks because, as Jimmy has shown you guys again and again, just with this Amazon simplified version, which does not require GSA, all the other mechanisms, high domain authority inbound links matter. And you want to set your social exchange signals from this plugin to be just in the sweet spot. You don't necessarily need to pull a Jimmy Kelly and like completely annihilate the entire 20 positions on Google. Okay, with the post you just want to season salt and pepper. Oh, I could tell you guys stories. I mean, it's cool, and I'm just saying you also have to weigh your IT debt, right? If you've got 20 automatic pinvid sites out there, like this one to test, this is a test site. Oh, by the way, you guys are accidentally getting a sneak peek of the fully semantified pinvid theme that Kevin Polly, I'm sure Kevin's here, has developed so that we don't have to use Themify's theme anymore. It also correctly semantically marks up banners. Oh my god. Anyway. So here's
this is like no joke either. This is serious.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen ever in terms of a theme. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin is, if he's not here, Kevin is the head instructor with Sue for our semantic web training, which is the advanced level of semantic web optimization, which is where the web is going. Anyway, this is kind of what a pinvid layout looks like. So this is our test the developers have been testing with. So if you've got something like this that's publishing 5 videos a day, and you guys, if you're on shared hosting with Video Kraken, please keep it under 5 posts a day, okay? Don't get us started on shared hosting, okay? Video Kraken is not a toy. Video Kraken is not a WR1 money site. Video Kraken is about publishing 100,000 pages in less than 2 months and getting about 4,000 visitors a month to 10,000 visitors a month on autopilot with a 2% click-through rate to your money site. It's a whole different ballgame.
I was getting 41,000 visitors a month, though.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Okay, please note that what I'm talking about is not pinvid sites that are actually ranked. Jimmy actually then domain authority stacks to pinvid sites so that the 100,000 page site has a massive domain authority so that they're ranked higher. Of course your click-through rate's going to be
It's pure evil.
Silly boy. Okay, so anyway, just teasing that. I got off the beaten track. My point here is that if you're going to want to throttle your social explosion package to the number of sites you have, because in our current version, you guys, and I know this is the most confusing thing that we have, in our current version, for now, and Sue's got wickedness planned for 4 months from now, we're coming out with the enterprise agency version. In this version, you have one token, one license, to one report to any number of websites that you use that license on. So the license is mostly blocked out here, so I can show it to you. But when you install your license after you purchase it and include your Gmail and select the category that the specific blog is for, whatever blog you put this license in on the current version is going to be on that report. In other words, all the sites, this is the one thing that will be changed in the enterprise version, all the sites you'll see on your network, these URLs coming through. So I might, if I had that installed on other websites and they were scheduled to be published, you would see them come up here on that report on this current version. Okay.
Yeah,
so
in about 2 weeks we'll have our first Pro version that will allow you to control that.
Yeah, you guys have been clamoring for, well, for obvious reasons. If you've got a PBN and you're following Greg Morrison and Jimmy's and Mike's, what do they call it, PBN Reloaded model, if you're using anything like that, of course, I realize that you want to separate out your blogs and not have one client, or if you've got clients that log into their blogs, God forbid, I don't know why you'd ever want them to do that, but if they do,
right?
Yeah, just lock them out, guys. Don't get me started. If they're in there and they need to be in there and they look in their reporting, you don't want them to see the websites of other. Can you hear me?
Yep.
You don't. Sorry, guys. You don't want them to see the websites of other clients. The only way to resolve that right now, for those of you who are desperate, is you're going to have to buy multiple licenses to keep them separate. But when the enterprise version comes out, we'll let you know. You'll be able to go into your back office and select what credits you want to target with Pinterest, Twitter, Digo, and Delicious. We will also be adding other social platforms by the end of the year to early next year. Are there any questions?
Can I tell them about the other change that's coming? Can I have,
please? Yeah, please do. We've been working our butts off on this.
So the other thing that, along with the Pro version that's going to be coming out very quickly, is the ability to be able to add an RSS feed into your blog post. So there'll be another tab, and in that tab you'll be able to specify your RSS feed, and you'll be able to specify what the level, whether low, high, medium, that you want for your promotions for all of the entries on that feed. So think your YouTube RSS feed, think your G+ RSS feed, think anything that's got an RSS feed aside from a blog, obviously, because you can install this on a blog, but there's so many third-party platforms that you can't install it on, right? So this is going to let you go crazy.
And Crenshaw is asking what is the opt-in rate, and it's just not a question that we find relevant because the purpose of the technology is to build domain authority backlinks. Your opt-in rate is going to be based on the conversion. For example, if I put a Mike Long video on my homepage, my opt-in rate is going to skyrocket like 7%. Okay, so that's all about conversion. If you're talking about the traffic that you get from Social Explosion, it varies. It varies because we have different quality of accounts throughout the Network Empire Social Signal Exchange Network, and it's growing every day. So it really depends, but I get plenty of traffic. You can see we've got a lot of testimonials of people. In fact, I was looking at one of Sue's sites. I can't show you here. The traffic she's getting after she installed the Social Signals Exchange plugin was remarkable. And that's actually what got my attention when she first started building out the app, is she was showing me her login. And people are coming from Twitter. A lot of it's from Twitter. You get less traffic from Digo, and just because it's more of a bookmarking thing. But Twitter and Pinterest on that diet site, remember that one, Sue?
Yep.
Is through the roof. I should have prepared them so they could have seen that. But we do have a lot of case studies on this. So, Anne, I just wanted to make sure you understood that. Heidi is asking more about the RSS feed. What Sue is talking about, she wasn't supposed to even talk about it, but she did anyways. You'll be able to open a tab. That's okay. You'll be able to open a tab, and instead of just sprinkling the, instead of just driving backlinks and traffic to your posts as they're published from the network, you can actually put an RSS feed in. And I mean any RSS feed. So, for instance, if you pulled, let's say I wanted to take Mike Long's blog, NashvilleSEO.org/feed, right? I could literally just take that feed, I could put it in a little window here, and I could start redirecting some of the social signal packages the credits that I purchased directly to that blog as well. So it would treat it just like it would treat one of the social accounts. So literally, for clients, I could use their RSS feed, and every time they publish, I would be driving more backlinks and more traffic to, for instance, NashvilleSEO.org/feed. You can just add your feeds as you want. So it's kind of like a central control panel where you can take aim and fire social signal credits and backlinks at any site that you want to. Give me one if that makes sense. It's the first time I've ever tried to explain it because Sue was not supposed to talk about it.
I also, in Skype, I popped you a YouTube feed if you want to show them what a YouTube feed looks like.
Oh, you did? Okay, I would have to have a Skype open.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I've got so many screens at this point.
I really apologize. I had construction workers that just showed up when the Webby started.
No
and they've
excuses.
just left, so I'm so sorry to put you on the spot.
I've actually forgotten what the real world is even like. I've got so many screens around me. Okay. So let's see here. Let me see. Gosh, I don't even know. Well, that doesn't look very nice. There you go. That's what your feed looks like. You could put, for instance, we teach a few methods, including the one feed to them all. Jimmy teaches these in different courses. Here's an. Is that a? Let me just. Is that a
You know, it came up pretty for me. I don't know why.
Oh, you know what this is? That's
Firefox.
Chrome.
Yeah,
that's Chrome. Sorry, yeah, Chrome is a whole different, like, don't get me started. Hang on. See, Mozilla seems to format properly for humans. I don't have Chrome to set to properly format for humans. Okay. So, for instance, I'm just letting you guys think of asking you guys to think of the possibility. By having a window, which is a separate tab inside the plugin, where you can just insert a feed, you could, for instance, take a YouTube feed, and that would be a way to do a mini backlinking campaign. Now, keep in mind that Jimmy was talking earlier about a question about whether you should point backlinks or social signals or social backlinks, high domain authority backlinks, or any backlinks really at Google properties, and he was very precautionary. When I did tell someone that was okay, but I'm not talking about using GSA like a million, like turning it on and going on vacation and coming back and that one video. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you can do a few signals here and there, and if you set your throttle properly on social explosion to whatever is comfortable, you're only going to benefit your video. Does that give me a 1 if that makes sense to you guys? So what you'll be able to do in the upcoming version is you'll just be able to take this feed in there and drop it right in, and every time YouTube posts, you can hit backlinks to YouTube's, which is a WR2 or a social platform. You can put it on your client sites and give them social signals in an RSS feed, and then there's no report available for them. We like this idea where in this next version, because we have, as you guys know, a gigantic system where we teach you how to build your entire empire, and you can see examples of that at youeverywhere.com. I can't really show you that, but I don't think I'm supposed to. Forgot this is not our own webinar. But if you go to, we have the whole layers of the web, and we want to keep track of where all those signals go to. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay. Yeah, sorry for the ugly site, but I'm showing you a lot of sneak peek stuff. I consider you guys circle of trust. We're always showing you guys quite a bit of stuff before it hits anything that's out there because of our relationship with Mike and Dave. So hope that's, I would like eventually, if you guys are up for it, for any of you to join the 1 billion page club. If you have a billion pages out there for video, and these are just kind of fun goals for you to have yourself. And of course, if you're making, your goal, which should be greater than 50,000 a month, that's not that much. But when you guys start having that many pages out there, you start moving in the 7 and 8 figures in conversion. You've got to get your own ad servers. And you got to understand something. Sue and I both absolutely know that every single person on this call is capable of having that knowledge and that capability. It's just a few. There's actually remarkably few resistance points between you, where you are right now, and making $1 million a month. And those technology barriers are, it's just you need some mentorship and you need some technologies that make sense, and you got to know how to use it. So that's why Mike calls us the weaponsmiths. It's because, I'm not the weaponsmith in terms of the developer and the specs. Sue and Kelly and Scott and Matt and, Jimmy is actually contributing quite a bit to the scalability of a lot of the plugins and the SEO capacities of this next video Kraken plugin we have coming out, Kevin Pauly. So I really got to say, our team is a ridiculously powerful group of people, and the kind of amazing and innovative and hardworking people that Mike and Dave bring to us and that we communicate at the OMG Live event. That's kind of what triggered the OMG Live. It was like a perfect event to say, hey, you guys keep us on our toes so that you actually understand what we're creating, because we're not capable of thinking of anything, for the most part. Sue is not capable of thinking anything less than $1 billion liquidity event, right? She's just not capable of thinking in terms of $10,000 to $50,000 a month because she generates millions of dollars in the things that she builds. So for us, it's like we want you guys to be successful. We want to be the Robin Hood of nuclear weapons. Bring it down. We want to bring down the nuclear arsenal to the hill so that the average person can use it. And you guys have been really, really helpful for that. And so some of the stuff that you're seeing is the prototype phases, is the consumer version of the stuff we've been using for a while. And we really want you guys to understand it. Okay?
All
Market
right.
domination, baby.
Is everybody?
Does everybody understand what the plugin is?
Yeah. Let me
clear. Give us a 1.
Yeah. Let me check.
Understand what the plugin does.
Yeah. Let me check in with everybody and see how we're doing here. So give me a number 1 if you get what's going on, and give me the number 2 if you don't. And I expect to see number 2s. I want to hear a bunch of yes people here. I expect to see some 2s. Okay, great. All right, so we're getting a mix, a surprising mix. We actually have quite a bit of number 1s in the audience, which is great. So,
you want me to break out my drawing program?
Okay. You're gonna do it. All right. So Jimmy Kelly is gonna break it down for you, and what we're gonna do, we always try to take a number of different angles with this. We don't expect you. There's not some kind of goal here for us to have you get any given concept the first time around. But what we do want to do is,
I would add, I was not at all prepared to be presenting. Sorry.
So basically, you're trying to throw Sue under the bus. I see.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna throw Jimmy under the bus. I thought he was gonna demo it.
Jimmy.
Oh yes. It always comes back to me.
Oh. So what we're going to do now is Jimmy is going to just give you a whole separate angle on things. And remember, this is one of the reasons why we have this community put together. So you can go back and forth with others that are doing this, and also get access to this exclusive late breaking material and go through it again, and go through it a couple times, and you just get stronger and get better. I really want to echo the sentiment that Russell and Sue expressed, that really they believe in you, that you really can leverage this incredibly powerful technology in your favor. Like I said, I took a meeting today with a guy who his net worth on paper is right around the $500 million mark, and he needs powerful solutions, and we will be leveraging
these. Is that calm?
Huh? Was
that calm?
No. If you really thought about it, you probably know who it was, but I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Jimmy knows who it is, of course. But anyways, so I met with him today, and these are the technologies that we'll be leveraging for his thing. And the neat thing about it is, can this be used to rank for your plastic surgeon in your hometown, or your city SEO, or your affiliate sites and so forth? Absolutely. That's one of the wonderful things that we've been able to put together at OMG in our extraordinary alliance with Russell and Sue and with Jimmy, is being able to bring these industrial grade technologies to folks that are even just getting started, which is really, really exciting. So now is Jimmy going to take over the screen and do a walkthrough here? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Good. Do I have to hand it back to you somehow?
Jimmy.
I think I can grab it. Let me see.
Here, I'm handing it to you. You got it now.
Great. All right, Jimmy will take it away.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Excellent.
Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So what this plugin is, so there's a few things that I'll talk about once I explain once it's done. But basically, so when you go in and you go put up like a page or a post, okay, it has to be a new one that you publish. We're working. Do you know, Sue, when we're going to give them the ability to just input the URL to get the social signals? So just, like,
you could always, you're always going to be able to put it in the feed area, so that'll come pretty quick. We might do both a single URL and the feeds at the same time.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So basically, what's going to happen? So let's say this orange bubble is a new page or post that you just published. Okay, and as soon as that hits, if you have Social Explosion installed, depending on what, if you're going for the low settings or the medium settings or the high, that's going to vary the amount of social signals that this gets. So, for instance, if you did it to low and you had all of them enabled, you're going to get a Twitter link coming in. Not just one. We're not talking like one little link. This is from many different accounts, ones that you don't have to set up. Okay, so it really distinguishes what this is versus what other people have offered, because who wants to sit around and set up 50 of your own accounts? We have better things to do. So you'll get Twitter. Let's say it's a Reddit. It'll get a Delicious. Or let's make this Pinterest since it's pink. Let's see what else. What else we got? A Facebook. I already used a blue one, I guess, so we'll use an orange one. Get a Facebook signal going to it.
Social Explosion doesn't do Facebook at this time, Jimmy.
Oh, it isn't doing Facebook. What's other one? It's Delicious.
Digo. It's Delicious and Digo, which are, yeah.
Digo, that's right.
We haven't added Reddit yet either.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so let me. And there's one more, isn't there?
Yeah, Digo. Oh, Twitter. Those are it for now.
Okay.
That's it.
So, and more is going to be added over time.
Correct.
But, so as you're looking at this is going to be all these social signals going to this blog or post on autopilot. You're not going to have to sit there and go and put it out manually. You're not going to have to order up signals that you need. So it's just going to be on autopilot. And, depending on how many that you end up doing, like what your settings are, like for Twitter, it could be, you could get Twitter times 50 or whatever your settings are set to is going to depend on how many of these social links actually go to this page. Now, there's a lot of different uses that you can use this plugin for. For one, if you're doing client consulting for your local clients, you can sell this as an upscale, especially with the pro account that Sue's talking about, where you're going to be able to do individual reporting for your clients. So you can say, hey, we're doing your SEO for you, but how about we do some social media promotion for some of your pages? Like that's an easy upsell for them, especially if you're having success getting them rankings and everything. That's an easy extra little chunk of money a month that you can just tack on to what you're doing. And with that report, you can say, hey, this is how much you got this month. So that's one use that you can do it. Another thing with the vCraken that Russ was talking about is, you can utilize those if you're doing what I like to do and power them up a little bit. They'll rank for your keywords. So instead of you having to maybe use your PBNs or something to go after smaller keywords, you can just do that using the vCraken with this plugin. It'll just go on autopilot. You're not sitting there wasting that kind of time. So, and there was one other, the last thing that's important with social signals is we've seen sites recover from Panda penalties just by applying social signals to the website. So those are three really good reasons to have something that's going to deliver this kind of power for you. So hopefully that makes sense. Are we cleared up on that now, Mike?
Well, I don't know. If you gave me the number 2 before, give me the number 1, and if you're still a number 2, give me a number 2. If you get it, give me a number 1. If you were, yes, Scott, I know you get it. Scott Jack's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I have a $20,000 a month business. No idea. I do appreciate Scott for the comment, really. All right, so if you were a number 2 before, if you didn't get it before, and you now get it, please give me the number 1. And if you're still a little bit in the dark, then give me the number 2. I've got 2 people, Ron and Graham, still give me the number 2. Guys, could you give me a little bit of an idea where you might be getting stuck? Monica's also number 2. The Webster's still on number 2. If you're still a little bit on the fence, still not quite getting what's going on in the main concept, that's okay. Please try to give me a little bit of an indicator as to what's going on, and we'll either message you back privately or see if we can address it to everybody. Okay, we are, so we'll follow up with that in just a second. We're at the hour and 45-minute mark. We scheduled this event for about an hour, and we're well past that, which is okay. Of course, that is not unusual here. Is everybody having a good time? Give me the number one if you're having a good time. If you've gotten at least one aha moment out of tonight, just enjoying yourself, having a good time. How many people are Scott Travis party? All right, great. A lot of people are enjoying themselves this Friday. Absolutely. If you want to, I'll tell you what. Normally I wouldn't do this, but we don't normally do Friday night Webby. So if you want to list your favorite drink, your drink of choice, since we've got the I can drink to that all night theme going on, then you can go to Facebook and list your drink of choice. Actually, I was just in St. Martin over the weekend, and there's a French side of things there. So we drank a couple bottles of Bordeaux. So I'm going to link that, list that as my drink of choice tonight. What is your ideal drink of choice? Kind of curious about that, and I'm going to look in and see what folks are saying about, if they were kind of struggling, where they might be struggling, where that confusion point might be. Okay, so Graham wants to listen. What does this all achieve? What are all these moves that we're making for? Well, Graham, we know that we want more and more with the way that Google is developing. Then Google is going to dictate what we need to do for SEO to race to the forefront. And one of the things that's developed over time is an emphasis on Web 2.0 sites. So a Web 2.0 site are websites where the content is created by the users, like Twitter, like Facebook. One of the first big Web 2.0 sites that was out there was MySpace. Nowadays we have Pinterest. My wife's a huge Pinterest fan, loves it. She can spend an hour a day on it, no problem. So these are the Web 2.0 sites. And a lot of these sites are some of the most popular sites on the internet, and getting links back from those sites to our websites and to our private blog network sites can give us a real edge when it comes to our Google rankings. There's also some other benefits that we can get from it, like Jimmy was talking about. For example, one of those benefits can be Panda recovery. So we can be stuck in a Panda penalty, in a Google Panda penalty, and this alone can potentially lift your site up and out of that Panda penalty. We also get traffic directly to our website from some of these social signals we're going to be getting, and of course directly ranking. So that's what we're trying to do. Ultimately, we're trying to get more traffic to our website.
One other thing too, Mike, this works well with the PBN method as well, because with the shorteners that this thing takes and tweets about. So when you do a page or a post and you publish it on your site, the plugin, so for an example, let's say this was one of the Twitter accounts in our network. It's going to take a portion of your content and it's going to tweet it out with a shortener URL in this. Okay, so you guys know, if you're looking at, let's see if it's going to pull up here. Of course, it locks up when I don't need it to. So, okay, so when you get this going to that post page, now that's part of a dilution link that you can use, so you're not really concerned with having to dilute as much when you're doing your anchors. So that's another reason to use it, is going to allow you to use your PBNs on more keyword-oriented stuff to help you rank better. So I just want to put that piece in there for you, Mike.
All right, great. All right, so once again, if you were a number 2 before, if you were a little bit confused before, and you are still confused, then let me know why. please let me know why. In the meantime, I will go over some of our popular drink choices that we have listed on the blog. I listed Bordeaux. Richard Hoyland says #coffee. Thank you, Richard. Patrick said red breast Irish whiskey. Right. Rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey. We've got David Ritchie said, nice whiskey, 12-year-old single malt. All right, David. Heidi says, LOL, Richard Hoyland. Monica says, mojito. All right, Monica. James said, used to be Hennessy and Cognac. Now it is blue Gatorade. And then we've got Patrick said, the best ever is PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. And Vivian is all about Bailey's ice cream chocolate mint. All right, great. Graham says things are clear. The Bebster says Stella. All right, great. And Robert Ellison says Manhattan, although he didn't say it on the blog or on the Facebook group. Okay, so what I want to do, we're heading up on the 2-hour mark. What I want to do is close things out talking about. So it's exciting that Social Explosion is once again open to Project Xers. Please just jump in. I think it's a no-brainer. I endorse it. And you've got your great Death Star Reloaded training with Greg Morrison in your Project X and Project Juggernaut area. It's a great way to soup up and make your private blog networks much more powerful. And you can even potentially use this on your money site. So that's exciting stuff. What I want to do is close this event out with something very special. I'd like to talk about the number one reason. We've got 4 individuals here. If Cotton's still hanging with us, which he may or may not be, but we've got 4 people who are going to be presenting here live at OMG, OMG Live Nashville. Actually, I'm going to make myself. Jimmy, are you still presenting anything, or should I take things back a bit?
Oh, you can take things.
All right, let's do this. So, make myself the presenter here. Which screen is it showing? My Facebook?
It's showing everything is connected.
Okay, great. Wrong screen. Sorry, I have the same problem Russell does here. Okay, so let's see. So we've got everything is. Give me 1 second here.
There you go.
There we go. Everything is connected /WP Explosion. This is how to get to, you can also get this from your members area. Typically, we make you log in to get access to this. If this shows up as password protected in the future, then typically what you'll do to get it to anything that's Network Empires, you'll go to your Project X or Project Juggernaut members area, go to the Network Explosions area, or Network Empires area, and that's usually where you can access these tools. So what I'm going to do is go to omgmachines.com/live.php, and I just want to give just put a second link up here. I want to give Jimmy and Russell and Sue and Cotton, if he's still here, I want them to let you know their number one reason why they want you to join us at OMG Live Nashville, which is non-recorded, it's non-disclosure. It's funny. I was just at this massive, just absolutely massive ASM event, not last weekend, but the weekend before. Angela says Cabernet. Good enough. Angela broadcast it to everybody. She's Cab. Thanks, Angela. Yeah, but it is Angela's night, so she can absolutely do that. Really, congratulations to her. I'm so proud of her, so happy for her, and thankful for her success and for sharing it. But anyways, I was at this event, which was the ASM event, and there were 2,700 people in the audience, and that's a lot of people, and it's not very intimate. I got to tell you, certainly there are some good things going on at the event. I'm not trying to bag it, but if you're there for secrets, then it's not very secret once you have 2,700 people in the room, especially since the event is recorded and all the videos are going to go everywhere, and there's not non-disclosures and so forth. So whereas OMG Live, extremely intimate. We're going to have less than 200 tickets. Actually, we have far less than 200 tickets because we've sold a lot of them out already. So it's going to be a very small event, very powerful, action-packed. There's no pitching. We can pitch if we want to, but we don't happen to plan to have any pitching. Maybe Russell and Sue will probably give you access to some of their tools and so forth and let you get a few more. But for the most part, it's just you go to the event, you get stocked up, you get to network, and then you just go home and crush it is the idea. And we've had folks just have extraordinary success, standing ovations all around, and just an extraordinary event. So what I want to do is I'm just kind of curious just to put Jimmy, Russell, and Sue, and Cotton, if he's still around, on the spot, the number one reason that you think that folks should go to OMG Live. And I mean seriously, not just a throwaway thing like, if you don't go, I'm gonna, I don't know, post your pictures all over Reddit or something like that. But in all seriousness, Russell Wright, here's you and Sue getting a standing ovation right here. People really freaked out at the.
Well, that's because I had just taken off my shirt.
That was Greg. By the way, Greg is absolutely ripped nowadays. This is a standing ovation for Russell and Sue. Folks are really excited at you guys.
You scared me.
There's Russell and Sue. You can see Russell got his shirt right back on real quick there. Once I did. Russell, what is the number one reason that you think that folks should join us at OMG Live Nashville, which is November 15th through 17th?
I think that it's funny because the Network Empire team has differing opinions about it. We're all excited about slightly different things. I am still super excited about providing all the enhancements and updates on where we've gone with the Video Kraken 1 Billion Pages Club. Yeah, 1 million video pages club. So, if you're not interested in that stuff, that's not by any means the only thing that we're going to be covering. I'm excited about. And I don't even see what else can I even say. You haven't signed off on certain things.
Well, I'm excited because we're going to bring our perpetual money machine plug-in with us.
Oh yeah.
But I think that one of the coolest things about an event like that is you get to hear all these fantastic secrets, and you get stoked, and you've got that energy, that takeoff energy that allows you to go home and just burst through all of the things that have been holding you back and make it to the next level.
Absolutely.
Sue always trying to bend the rules. She has to have 2 reasons. Everybody else gets 1 reason.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Jimmy, what's the number 1 reason?
I'm excited to go and hang out. That is the best reason to go. And we get to drop a lot of cool things that I don't usually disclose in Webbies and things like that, just because stuff you don't want going out there all to the world. So it's a good atmosphere and to cool
in the world of the internet, I mean, we have really kept. The secrets that started at OMG Live have stayed secrets. I mean, of course, a few things have leaked out here and there, but really not in their full form, very little. And what was secret? Yeah. I mean, in terms of like the full secrets, really, what was secret at OMG Live Nashville last year stayed secret. And that's why we had it non-recorded, non-disclosure. Everyone attending the event has to. By the way, I'm going to delete this because it's an entirely unacceptable answer as far as I'm concerned. So I'm actually going to pin Jimmy.
I'm excited about me. That you get to hang out with me.
Yeah, exactly. But in all seriousness, I'm very proud the level of secrecy and security, because these are secrets. They stayed secret. And in the internet world, how do you keep a secret? Well, you don't put it on the internet. You don't put it in a form where it can go on the internet, and you make it, so it is economically not viable to, no one's going to break that non-disclosure because it's not smart. No one wants to put themselves in millions of dollars worth of liability just so they can look cool to their friends. So I'm very proud of that. Jimmy, let's tell them a little bit about Death Knights.
Death Knights is we're going to be teaching a few of the methods that that allow you to rank without using PBNs, basically. Is primarily what I've been using for most of the time. And you might know some of it from the course that we did in some of the other things, but really didn't give a true blueprint of people to actually follow. And going to drop a few blueprints in there that's going to allow people to have some success with getting increased rankings.
Now this is a real exciting thing. Each of these things that Russell and Sue are talking about, 1 billion pages, 1 billion, I should say video pages, 1 billion video pages, the perpetual money machine, and this Death Knight blueprint. Me and Greg use this Death Knight blueprint with Jimmy, with David Mills. It's very exciting, very, very exciting. Never discussed before. Extremely powerful. There's one website that Jimmy ranked that it's #1 for a keyword. Actually, when I was taking that meeting with this $450 million guy, that was the website that I just showed him. It was a site that Jimmy ranked. It's just so mind blowing. It's a website that gets for #1 for a search phrase that gets over a couple thousand searches per day, and where
220,000 searches a day. No, a month. I mean,
220,000 searches per month. And you shouldn't give the exact numbers, Jimmy. You can't do that because then people can figure it out.
Oh, sorry.
This is why we put these things at the end of the webinar.
I'm not the marketer, so.
That's why I bring this. This is why it gets saved for. Anyways, okay. So, anyways, some massive number of searches, and now that Jimmy said that, I'm definitely not going to tell you how much the pay-per-click value is, but it's ridiculous. The pay-per-click value of this site is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, and it is indeed a six-figure per month in profit website. So, this is. Along with PBNs, this is the thing that powers it. Very, very powerful. I'm excited that we've gotten Jimmy to disclose that to you. Let me find out, is one Cotton Grammar still around? Cotton, can you unmute yourself if you're still here? Yeah, I just want to find out if Cotton's still around. Cotton! No Cotton. Cotton? Cotton, no Cotton. Having a dramatic pause here. Cotton has already talked a little bit about. All right. Well, we may not have Cotton anymore. All right. Forget it. You only get 3 reasons, not 4. I'm actually pretty excited for you to meet Cotton at this event. It's going to be excellent. So we've got the 3 biggest reasons to attend OMG Live Nashville. There will be more to come. We are purposefully being very quiet about what we're sharing at the event because it is a very small number of tickets that we have. I will tell you this right now, if we were to release everything, if we were going to give you like the bullets of everything you're going to learn, then we would sell out overnight. And we don't want to do that because we want it to sell out kind of slowly so people kind of have time. But we're going to do a bunch of sales based on this because people are going to realize, some people are going to say 1 billion video pages sounds really good. Some people are going to say perpetual money machines, that sounds really good. And some people will say Death Knight Blueprint, whoa, and they will sign up. So you can go to omgmachines.com/live.php to jump in with us. Give me the #1 if you were on the fence about OMG Live before, but now you are ready to jump in. I'm just kind of curious. And if not, it's fine. It's fine. I am just curious about. Scott Sheff says, buy Russ a beer, and he will give away some good stuff. Just saying. Seriously, though, this is still from Scott. Seriously, though, Russell, it was great just chatting with you one-on-one in Nashville last year. If you can see this, that's great. I love that. Great. Graham,
awesome. Thank you.
And Dwayne, that's wonderful. Gene, wow. David, yeah, no, I agree. I'm not surprised to see a lot of people additionally excited about going to OMG Live Nashville. Today has been such an exciting event for me. We began talking about stepping stones, talking about Chris Morris's post. I know it seems like a long time ago. It's over 2 hours ago. We met Angela. Angela is the star of the day. Really excited for Angela. We have an up-and-coming star in Crystal. She jumped on as well. We had a little sub-theme of drinking to that all night today, so I am sure that there was more liquor consumed on this event than in the average OMG event, which is just fine. Is the Cal? Yes, the hotel is accepting reservations now. You go. It'll be the Drury Plaza, and you need to ask for the OMG code. Rooms are filling up. It did sell out last time, so when we pack the hotel, you're going to wind up, and you're going to want to stay at the event hotel. It's really nice. It's right across the street from Whole Foods, and the event hotel actually serves a very good breakfast and a very good dinner. It's kind of like a throwback, but it's basically a dinner. So you really only have to cover lunch, and it's just nice. It's a really nice hotel. There's a fridge in your room, so you can go over to Whole Foods and bring some juices and some nice food back and have that just right there in your room. And it's just really, really nice. Dave, we want you to be there too. Getting there. Can you give me the site again for OMG Live, Monica? Yes, absolutely. It is omgmachines.com/live.php. And this year, Becker added a Ferrari. Here's Becker. 6 months before, Becker was at OMG Live Nashville. Tim also added a Ferrari. And as you can see, 6 months before that, Tim was at OMG Live Nashville. Coincidence? What do you guys think? Russell? Coincidence, or was it all the golden ticket?
It was the gold ticket, man, of course.
So
everybody who goes to OMG.
Yes, we officially guarantee that every single person who goes to OMG Live will get a Ferrari this year. It may be a small toy Ferrari. I'm just joking.
You can't say that, man.
I'm just joking. Everybody knows I'm joking. All right, calm down. It is OMG Live Nashville is November 15th.
No, they do. You guys do. You do get one.
Yeah, thanks, Russell. All right, no Ferrari guarantees. I'm sorry. That was just a joke. This is meant for good humor.
Cancel, delete, snip out.
Maybe Sue will get a new Ferrari this year. She got a new Mercedes
Sue's already
this year.
got something.
Yeah,
Mercedes.
Something. It is going to be OMG Live Nashville, November 15th through 17th. It is non-recorded. It is non-disclosure. It is wall-to-wall training. And in this letter, you'll find out why. Very, very, very excited about this event. It is going to be incredible. 1 billion pages, perpetual money machine, the Death Knight blueprint, and of course there's much, much more. We've already gone into some of the things that are going to be at the event. But again, we've been very quiet about this event because, frankly, we sold out the last event rather briskly, and we have a lot more people inside of OMG at this point, so it's one of those things. All right, it has been an exciting night. I want to thank Jimmy for jumping on live with us. I want to thank Russell and Sue for jumping live with us. I'm going to hop over to what's that Facebook page I have. What's the Facebook page there? The Facebook page. Facebook. Okay.
You're like married now.
I am married now. That is true. It is true. I want to call a press conference every day, Russell. I really do. Okay. So here is, no, I did. So here is our Facebook post about this event. And David Ritchie wants to know a red Ferrari. Yes, David. Any color Ferrari you want.
Get a yellow one with a smiley face on the hood.
I will get some paint out and paint you a smiley face there, Jimmy. Tell me your favorite moment from tonight's event. My favorite moment, I kind of get to this. People say like parents can't pick a favorite, but I guess they do. My favorite moment was, and this is just kind of personal for me, because I just know that Angela has just busted her butt, and I am really, really proud of Angela. She just really did it. She just threw down. She took that initiate mentality, and she went and went and went after it, and she just deserves every drop of success. Very, very proud of Angela. Great job. What was your favorite moment tonight? Was it Jimmy Kelly's drawings, finding out about Social Explosion, OMG Live, having Cotton jump on, Crystal Wallace came on this event. What was your favorite moment tonight? Talking about your favorite drinks. What was your Jay Donaldson pink Ferrari? I don't know if that's pimpin', Jay. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Scott. Yes, our little Michael is all grown up now. Yes, I am all grown up. That is true. We've got Scott Vince Von Schaff. Has definitely been at the Scotch tonight now. Scott is an awesome guy. Scott, need to jump on the phone with you sometime in the near future, sometime this week or so. What was your favorite moment? I am watching Facebook like a hawk to see what your favorite moment was. Heidi's favorite moment was being with the cool friends at OMG. Love learning new tips from everyone. One of the best points of my week, honestly. Heidi, I don't think too many people would be surprised to hear you say that. I think everyone believes that you're being honest. So let me know what your favorite moment was. That's so nice. Heidi says that she's really looking forward to seeing Vivian. It's nice. That's wonderful. So anyways, tell me your number one reason why. Very curious to jump in. I'm sure people are typing things up, so I don't want to rush anybody. And thank you, everybody, for coming out. Let me pull up our links one last time before I go. Pull this down. First of all, Social Explosion is right here. Although if you're watching this on a replay, that link may not work. You may have to go into your members area and go to the Network Empires area, which obviously is amazing. So everythingiskconnected.com/WP Explosion. That's how you can get back on WP Explosion. Also remember, it's going to get sold out again. It's going to get, it just is going to close. So don't mess around. Don't wait around. Then we've got OMG.
That's true.
Is that true? Yeah, of course it's true. Yeah, obviously this is kind of miracle link technology, and it's by the way, it's semi-automated. Like it's automatic on your end. It's not automatic on Russell and Sue's and Jimmy's end. They have to really put a lot of passion and blood, sweat, and tears into making it so powerful and really making it.
Mike, I just wanted to say, because I was so terribly, I hadn't started drinking yet when I presented. It's as if you had 500 people that were all going to tweet your post on your blog on automatic. Okay, so if you put a post out, it's as if 200 people, whatever signals on the network, whatever people and accounts that we're targeting at it with, it's as if they're socializing your link and they're sending their link out to their Twitter accounts, to their Pinterest accounts. So it's as if you're, it's like buying your friends, really.
I really like that. It's like buying friends. So anybody here who ever struggled in high school, now you can buy friends.
Buy your friends. That is the key.
That is the key. All right, great.
Where do I sign up?
Go to omgmachines.com.
So you bought me a long time ago, girl.
Oh, yeah. All right. So for Social Explosion, and obviously we have a bunch of people signing up right now, everythingiskconnected.com/WP Social Explosion. So that's how to take advantage of that. To get OMG Live, you're gonna go to omgmachines.com/live.php. There's 3 big reasons for attending the event that we revealed tonight, all new. Russell, the reason is 1 billion video pages. Sue, her reason is perpetual money machines and takeoff energy. And Jimmy Kelly, Death Knight Blueprint. Whoa. All right, let's read some more of our exciting moments from the event. So Gregory Ortiz. Gregory says, I'm going to OMG Live to meet everybody and put some faces to the name. And then we got boom likes from Gregory. Gregory, I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person as well. Jay Donaldson, my favorite moment was the joking around between you guys. One of my favorite moments, Jay, was your pink Ferrari. I'm looking forward to it. Sophia, love knowing what great and private learning group we're a part of. Yeah, that private does matter, Sophia. It's not just great, but it is really private. Vivian, thanks Jimmy, Russell, Sue, and Mike, and everyone. Social Explosion City on Hill. Vivian's really excited about Social Explosion. David Ritchie, can't do favorites. Everybody is amazingly brilliant in this group. I'm going to call shenanigans on David Ritchie. I'm going to actually give him a hashtag shenanigans. We need a specific reason. Shenanigans on David Ritchie. David Ritchie, we are going to need a
David,
specific...
you are so busted, man.
Yeah, you are busted, David. We are going to need a specific answer. We are asking you...
I will text you an answer, David. Hang on here.
Okay. David, Russell is going to text you an answer. That is automated support. There you go. All right. Alexander Robinson. Can I has boom likes? Alexander, you're looking like a very cute little kitten there. Good to know. Ross Lincoln. Hearing about Jimmy's Death Knight blueprint and hanging with the OMG crew. Ross, great to hear from you. LOL and Alexander Robinson from Gregory Ortiz, Michael Long. Welcome back. We missed you. Hope your honeymoon was awesome. My honeymoon will never end, Gregory. Why? Because I am a law of implication man. That is why. But I really appreciate that. I really did miss everybody. It was not. It was great traveling, and I had a number of breakthroughs traveling. But I really missed. I missed the interaction. And even though I was checking emails and going back and forth, it's absolutely not the same thing to me as being at home and just being really dialed in. So I'm glad to be back, Gregory. Joseph T. Ford, I am going to OMG Live my own birthday present, and I'm very excited. We will end a day before my birthday. I'm looking forward to networking, meeting everybody. Thanks, Mike, Jimmy, and Sue. Joseph, we will have to make sure to sing you happy birthday. David Ritchie says he is seriously busted, but David, you still have to give us your reason why. Alexander, by the way, I'm going to Nashville and can't wait to see the faces too, like Gregory Ortiz. Excellent. And we got a giggle from Heidi, which is not unusual. Okay. Thank you. Heidi's a giggler. Okay, great. Scott says something. I can't really follow that. It must have been part of some kind of conversation. Russell, you really did make me laugh out loud. Paul, can finally have friends. Good. Scott Walker, great information as always. This group rocks. Boom. And Night Mike, you can make the Pink Panther when I pimp out the Pink Ferrari. Excellent. All right, it was a good event. It was good stuff. Way to close out our week with yet another acceleration webinar. We are in extra access office hours right now, and you are getting more than your money's worth. I think this is a really exciting time. I want to thank Jimmy and Russell and Sue for coming on the event. Let's give Sue the last word tonight, and then we're going to see if Angela wants to end the webinar. Sue, you want to give us a shout? Any final thoughts? Final brilliant thoughts?
Market domination, baby.
All right, market domination, baby.
Let's crush it.
Let's crush it from Sue. Angela, I'm going to bring Angela live one last time. Angela, are you there? Angela's drunk.
Hey, I'm still here. So anyone who's listening, don't give up. Just keep going.
Okay, great. Keep going for it. Angela, you get to be the official ender of the webinar. So if you just click your GoToWebinar box as if you're exiting it, and then it'll say, do you really want to end the webinar? And you're like, yeah, baby. And it's like ending the world.
Where does it go? Do I want to?
It'll say end the webinar.
Sorry, I can't see it.
Okay, so close so there's a dialog box, your GoToWebinar control panel. So X that, and when you X that, a dialog will pop up and say, do you really want to end the webinar? And you're like, yeah, end it.
Sorry, I can't find it. A dialog box.
It says
the session is being recorded, Acceleration Webby. Mike, I think you should end it, dear. Oh, wait, I think I found it. Nope, that's not it either.
No, what you do is you X the GoToWebinar control panel box.
Oh, I see.
And then you'll get a pop-up.
It'll go quit.
Yeah.
And I keep clicking on it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yes, end webinar for all. Good night, everybody.
Night.